Hi again, guys. We're up against Chinese Petroleum today, who have a stadium that look a lot like one of the other teams that we played against earlier. I can't keep these teams straight. May actually be the same stadium. Who knows? The big news we have today is that in defensive midfield, we have Xu Shengjie, who I think has played for us before. He's really upset with me because I'm paying him a lot of money and he hasn't been starting a lot of games. He thinks he should be a star player. So this is his chance to shine. We'll see what happens. We are not going to get rid of him flat out because we would owe him a lot of money. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and play him. We'll probably play him a couple games, see what he does. Zhou Hongyi passes this forward looking for Nene, can't quite get it to him. Xu Shengjie is going to be there in the middle along with Lin Guanda, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Menegong is able to win this, which is good, and Nene ends up winning the ball again, which is excellent. He's got Lin Guanda, and there he is, and he passes over to Cai Xiangwei, who takes a shot. Unfortunately, the pass from Lin Guanda was not as good as I think it could have been. So as a result, we are on the back foot again and trying to prevent them from getting a shot in. And fortunately, their shot isn't even close to the goal. I'm not sure if he realizes what sport he's playing. So ends up working out fairly well for us in the end. Still nothing. But it really should have been a goal by us on the other side. And it's unfortunate that Lin Guanda's pass was a little bit too far forward. But yeah, so far so good here at the beginning of this. And of course, Xu Shengjie went and got himself a yellow card right at the beginning of the match. He actually was sent off with a red card in an exhibition match. And believe me that if he's sent off, he's never playing for us again, that's for sure. Huang Guanda over to Xu Shengjie. Xu Shengjie up to Nene. Nene passes to Cai Xiangwei. And man, that was setting the table, wasn't it? I mean, good heavens. Cai Xiangwei just barely is able to stay back far enough, stops his momentum right before that pass comes in, and it's a thing of beauty. 1-0 for Mars FC. See here, Xu Shengjie with a good pass, hits Nene, and then Nene, and he gets the pass off right in time, and Cai Xiangwei's got nobody in front of him, and it's a real easy goal. 10 minutes in with 1-0 for Mars FC as usual. We'll take a look and just make sure, but yeah, he was onside. He was onside, had a little hesitation move. That's why you don't play with strikers. That's why you play with attacking midfielders. 1-0 Mars FC. And let's see what happens here as we move along. So they have the ball here in their half. We're able to win this in midfield as usual. Lin Guanda over to Zhou Hongyi. Passes it forward for Cai Xiangwei. Cai Xiangwei back to Liu Chiyuan. And it's popped up. And, who wants it? There's Lin Guanda with it, and then Nene takes a shot from range. So, we probably didn't have to have that shot from Nene from so far out, honestly. But, we'll take it. It's okay. It's not an awful thing. And it's still 1-0 to score. Xu Shengjie, despite the yellow card, seems to be doing okay. But like I said, we'll see what happens. He might wind up doing something dumb to get himself in trouble. Liu Chiyuan over to Cai Xiangwei. Down to Nene and back to Zhou Hongyi. Zhou Hongyi lumps this forward to nobody in particular, and it is hit back to him. He heads it now over to Lin Guanda, to Xu Shengjie. And is he going to get an assist here? Nene has a shot, but hits off the defender, and then has another wild shot, and he was pretty outbalanced for that one. So Nene not quite scoring this season the way he was last. I'm not sure if there's something that's like bothering him or what. Last season, he was scoring a hat trick almost every game against teams like this. This season, it doesn't look quite as good as it once was. It's okay, and if he ends up kind of falling apart as a player, we do have good players who can replace him, including a number of Taiwanese youngsters. Nene with this ball now over to Huang Guanda. Speaking of a good Taiwanese youngster, over to Xu Shengjie. Xu Shengjie is actually looking pretty good here, and he passes that forward to Lin Guanda, and that's Lin Guanda instead passes it to Cai Xiangwei. I don't know why he doesn't take the shot himself, and so Xu Shengjie with another really good pass, and he's trying to prove to me that he needs to be a starter. And after this performance, I'm thinking maybe we should put him out there with Ndai. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe we should give him a little bit more of a chance. Maybe I haven't done him good justice. Maybe we're going to have the Xu Shengjie fan club starting up here pretty soon. Menegong goes back, grabs that over to Yu Wei, down to Xu Shengjie, over to Huang Guanda, to Nene, and Nene's got Cai Xiangwei behind the defense, and here he goes. And that was a pretty poor shot by him. Hit that one right off the head of the goalkeeper. I don't know. Yeah, that's using your head. Here's Menegong with the corner. Knocks this over, looking for Yu Wei, and his header is just a little bit too high. Probably wondering what happened to Kader Bamba. He's out with too many yellow cards, got suspended. I think that Cai Yuting as well is also out with too many yellow cards. And then we have somebody else, I can't remember who it is, We got a third one who's got too many too. So all of the naughty boys are sitting on the bench, or I guess they're not even here on the bench. They're sitting at home wishing that this match were televised. Yu Wei had the ball and then gave it up far too easily. Fortunately, though, Chinese Petroleum still have not quite determined where the goal itself is, and so that doesn't really bother anybody at all. And we're going to go here to halftime. Huang Guangde not exactly having a great match. I'm just sort of looking here to see how everyone's doing, and a couple of these guys are not playing as well as I think they probably could. We're going to stay with the same team for now, but Huang Guangde is one who I'm looking at potentially taking off here in the second half. I wish that we had a bigger lead. If we had a bigger lead, we could do some experimentation with some of these kids, but we need to get more than one goal. Leibolin with it now is that's a somewhat dangerous pass back, but we're able to recover. It goes right side here. Menegon with it. Moves up to the center, and that's really poor from him. He just gives the ball away. And now we have to hope that they do something foolish here. We're going to be in some kind of trouble. And there they are with the shot hasn't come quite yet. And it's Nene who fouls him, and he fouls him right outside the penalty area. That's actually going to be a penalty. So they're calling that a penalty. No yellow card for Nene, which is a good thing. But this is going to tie. No, Leibolin is able to get to that. Well, that was an awful penalty kick. Good hell. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in Football Manager. I mean, it was just horrible. That was horrible. That was so slow. I think I could have stopped that. And so it remains 1-0 for Mars FC. And so we really have gotten away with one there. So here we are about, 55 minutes or so into the match. Leibolin, of course, gets a lot of good points for making that stop, and the rest of these boys better figure it out. Here's Xu Xiangjie with it, passes over to Cai Xiangwei, and he takes a shot, and unfortunately that is behind for a goal kick. So it was a good idea. Xu Xiangjie is... I think he's probably going to wind up with a starting spot here after this performance. He's been very good, and we'll do what we can to sort of calm him down a little bit and make him feel better. So maybe he is worth the 200 euros a week or whatever we're paying for him. I say this because, in the other save, the sort of secret afternoon save with Manchester United, we're paying Pele, 500,000 euros a week. So Xu Xiangjie might be all right. He's not quite at that level. And we got about 10 minutes left here in this match, and we're still having a hard time getting another goal in, which is what we want. And there's Nene. That wasn't much of a shot by Nene. I was a little bit disappointed with that one, and we're putting ourselves in a position where we might fall to end up with a draw after a late equalizer. And this is one of those times where the game will FM you. And let's see what we can do. So we throw it in here to Nene from Menegon, back to Menegon, over to Liu Chunjie, pass down to Yu Wei, then to Xu Xiangjie, over to Huang Guangde, and that's a really poor pass by Huang Guangde. He's had a real poor match. Yu Wei, however, able to go back and get that. Xu Xiangjie over to Cai Xiangwei. I'm not sure what happened there. Cai Xiangwei just sort of gave up on that halfway. I don't know if he slipped or what. Zhou Hongyi now with it after a couple of minutes have gone by. Up to Ling Guangde, over to Cai Xiangwei, and it's forward to Nene. Nene with the shot, and it really should have been a goal. And that's another shot that just goes straight at their keeper. So it was a good idea by Nene, but we're still having a hard time figuring out how to actually put it into the back of the net. Menegon here now with the corner. He's going to step back and take a little breather for a while. There comes the corner, over looking for Zhou Hongyi, and it's headed out from behind him, and it's going to be out for a corner, or for a throw. Liu Chuyuan over to Nene, down to Cai Xiangwei. Cai Xiangwei takes a shot. It's hit straight back to him. Tries to get another shot off, can't, and then it's lifted all the way back to Zhou Hongyi, and then Yu Wei is a little bit too slow on this one. We're in trouble. They got numbers, and that is forward, and Leibolin thankfully is able to do the little sweep forward to stop that from going in. Xu Xiangjie now wins the ball back over to Nene. Nene passes over to Liu Chuyuan, who looks a little bit tardy, but there's just nobody around him. That was centered for Xu Xiangjie. Wouldn't it be amazing if he scored here today? Huang Guangde takes a shot, and it's a ridiculous shot. He kicks it right into the guy standing in front of him. There's been a comedy of errors so far, and we've seen a lot of really poor performances, and that is it. That's the equalizer. Pan Chengyi, I think, is onside. It's been ruled out. No, they're going to call that offside. And that is the final attempt. Let's take another look at this and see what you think. He's pretty clearly offside. There's 3 players for Chinese Petroleum who are standing there in an offside position. So we are able to win that one out by the skin of our teeth. We barely, we have about 50% of the possession. We had a 2.72 XG. Theirs was high because of their one shot on target, which was the penalty. And man, we just barely got away with that one. Ooh, good night. So we have some work to do, I think, after that match. Xu Xiangjie, though, looks very, very good, and we're going to praise him after this. He's played well despite being booked 3 minutes in. What's up with that? Talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.